Hey, dude, feels like magic. Once again, Santana, Dipset, you dig? Dipset City, Santana's world. My takeover starts with your girl. Give me that bitch, that booty, she threw it up like she Earl. Get it? She threw it up like she.
I mean, growing up, you know, we've always been into fashion and the whole polo, Tommy Nautica thing. I was also in graffiti and art. I've always been drawing since a little kid, and I took a class in graphic design, and my friend Emil, who is now designer for us, started a brand called Big Game Hunters, and he needed a graphic designer. So that was my first official job doing graphics in the fashion industry. From there, I went to Magic back in '95, and since then I've been going to Magic twice every year, and really wanted to be a part of that culture, that lifestyle, that business. Back in '98, when I had my other brand, Landscape was more outdoor inspired, somewhat like a streetwear Timberland, and I wanted a brand that reflected more my lifestyle. And you know, the name Crooks and Castles popped in my head, and thought it definitely reflected what we were about and what we wanted to do with fashion. It's definitely reflect the kind of real street hood environment, and what guys growing up that weren't so fortunate were aspiring to. Like the castle was basically like the goal, or like to say that you've made it, and Crooks and Castles kind of embodies both things in one. Like Crooks and Castles is like behind every castle there's a crook.
Yeah.
There's someone who did something bad to get their empire. You know, it's those things that we think, you know, there's someone who did something bad or illegal or whatever, like, to get their castle. Yeah. Even the government, you know?
Yeah.
George Bush is probably the biggest crook. You know, the criminal elements. There's,
yeah.
Of course, there's
what
guns,
kind? What?
Guns, you know, chains, crowbars, bandanas.
But why? The thing is, why?
I think it's just like it's stuff that we grew up on. Like, say, you know, just growing up in the street, being in a street fight, like using a bat. Like,
yeah.
You know, there's stuff that we grew up using as tools, and I think that people can identify when they hear crooks. Yeah. Obviously people are going to say crooks before they think of castles, but there's a dual meaning to it. There's crooks and castles.
Yeah.
So it's like the good and the bad. So it's like I'll have something where, you know, I'll have like angels,
yeah,
and I'll have them with crowbars, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Me, I do most of all the designs, all the graphics. It's BJ.
I'm just trading in some Jordans right now. That flight club.
Yeah. I'll let you introduce you. What you doing?
Brian J, West Coast Sales, BJ, Crooks, baby.
See you later.
So I do most of the designs. My boy Emil, he's coming on to be our design director.
Yeah.
He will handle most of the cut and sew, and I will overlook what he does, and then be in charge of, you know, all the graphics, all the tees and accessories. Just do something that really reflected what we were about. And it just happened to, you know, make its own niche in the market. Like,
yeah.
The whole like criminal element. I mean, not to say that I'm the only one who's done it or
yeah.
who started it, but you know, it's something that we took upon ourselves. I mean, growing up in the 80s and the 90s, there's you know, a lot of bad that we did. I'm not gonna say we were good kids, but you know, we did what we had to get by. And now, you know, I've been fortunate enough to be able to have a clothing line and make something better with my talent. With the whole internet and access, that someone can access information by the touch of his fingers, I think that the customer is more knowledgeable about brands, about stuff they put out. I think if if the kids didn't really understand the story behind Crooks and Castles,
Yeah.
then we wouldn't have been as successful as we are now. I think because of the web and because of information today and people understanding, you know, our background, what we've been involved in, and what we're about, then it's tangible to, you know, the kids in the street, or you know, someone who's going to buy, you know, a $200 outfit. And then I think that our brand is more relevant to a wider market, not just the streetwear kid, not just the sneaker collector. There's the urban kid that wants it, that understands the criminal element. There's the kid that looks up to Jay-Z and sees Jay-Z wearing it.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I mean, hip hop has always been what I grew up on. It definitely reflects on our brand, and also I think the skate kid understands like what, you know, the kind of story behind what we have to offer. So I think it definitely, you know, we offer to a broader market, and I think we're fortunate to have that, to where we're not pigeonholed to one certain look or one certain customer.
Yeah.
I just try to design a bigger collection, and then I just break it up so that I give, you know, a kid like a new look every month or every 2 or 3 weeks. You know, that way I can stay ahead. It's like I have this group that's like all black and it's inspired by ropes.
Yeah.
And then in the next couple of weeks I have another group that's all white and it's inspired by guns or something like that. Crew, there's me and my partner Rob. We started the brand together.
Okay.
Our brother BJ, who handles the West Coast sales. We have an online sales manager who handles the online account, and then we have my friend Chris, who's our music supervisor.
Okay.
He keeps us in tune with everything has to do with you know, like artists, music, entertainment. No, I have a partner, Rob. He handles all the production. He oversees everything that comes in from Asia and Canada. The strategy is for the brand is to tier the brand. It's like we're gonna have something that's more premium.
Yeah.
We're gonna have something that's more in the middle.
Yeah.
And maybe have something that's a little bit lower for younger kids to be able to afford. I mean, if you look at Stussy today, it's like you could go to a surf shop and they have their board shorts. Then you could go to their stores where they have their jackets and their denim. You know, it's attaining that kind of business mentality, especially when it comes. I think what we're planning is definitely going to Asia and solidifying distribution out there. Also going to the Philippines, because that's our heritage. We're Filipino. Looking to do some new things in there, whether it be production, whether it's opening a store, to open a shop. We're not quite sure if it's in LA. I mean, right now we're in the Fairfax area, and it seems to be the burgeoning spot for streetwear and boutiques. But it could be, possibly could be. You know, we definitely want to make sure our wholesale business is solid, our distribution worldwide is solid before we start up a new business. Because retail, as you know yourself, is a whole nother business aside from the wholesale market. We're in the talks of doing a stadium jacket with Mitchell & Ness.
Okay.
Possibly doing a shoe with Converse.
Yeah.
And we have a shoe that's coming out now for spring with Creative Recreation.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Yeah, so.
And eyewear.
Yeah, and we're doing eyewear.
Oh yeah?
With Mosley Tribes. Yeah.
Don't know this brand.
Oliver Peoples?
Yeah?
Yeah, it's their new brand.
Okay.
They get traffic over there too.
This is like sketches for the jacket we plan on doing with Mitchell & Ness. And then Sunglass is still beginning stages, but
You're gonna...
this is like a pattern that you can't see yet.
Oh yeah?
And then when you breathe on the glass, then it comes out.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So it's a crosshairs pattern and a chain pattern.
911 you without the telephone. Call 911, where's the telephone? What, get go, I'm some sicko.